Hi, Glenn Phillips here with Beach Homes Realty and beach-homes.com. Okay, today's topic is not necessarily as lighthearted as we'd like for life at the beach, but I want to talk about 6 tips to avoid scams in beach real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, these are things that you can do to help protect yourself, your property, and your money. All right, let's dig right in. First, never buy without title insurance. There's some scams out there right now, particularly for lots where the buyer is anxious to get a deal and someone will list the property that doesn't really own it. They may have done research and realized that the owner of that lot may live some distance away and have no idea that a for sale sign has appeared. And the neighbors may not know that it's not the actual owner of the property selling it. And so the deal is create a sense of excitement of, oh, wow, this lot at the beach is for sale and it's at a fantastic price, and the deal happens really quick and it turns out it was sold, the person selling it didn't own it. And so title insurance guarantees against that, both researches it and assures that if there is a scam of that nature, that everybody is made whole against that loss. Which goes to my next point about checking in on your property. You know, whether it's a home or a lot, and you live some distance away and you use the property infrequently, you need to check in on it, even drive by that lot. Make sure there's not a for sale sign. Have someone else keep an eye out. Make sure somebody knows that lot is yours and not and that you have no intention of selling it if that's the case, and let them know when you are selling it. But check in on your property. There's also in many states a number of issues with squatters, and so there's these things of don't just forget those homes and not visit it because it's out of season. You need to keep an eye on them. Number 3, when doing a transaction, a buy or sell, verbally confirm all the payment instructions, particularly if you're on that buy side. One of the scams that's happening out there is that the buyer is contacted often the night before the closing and instructed to wire money into a different place. And of course we all want to be helpful, and it sounds like either the email or the voicemail or the call sounds like somebody who's comfortable, they know what they're doing. Hey, these folks are smooth. So you need, if it's out of hours, unusual things, you need to check those things and confirm them and not just take it on faith that who's calling you or emailing you is who they really are. And they'll have a dialogue with you to reassure you it's okay. But you need to really look up the phone number of who's doing your closing and call them during business hours before you follow those instructions. Don't just take the number they give you because they may be, again, to the scammer. When you're buying the beach property, also do your due diligence. Don't just assume you know where the property lines are because there's a fence. Don't just presume you will have certain types of beach access because there are regulations. Be very thorough about all your due diligence, because that also will uncover people who've done things that are, if not scammy, they may still be something that would be detrimental to the value of the property. Another thing with all scams is be wary of undue haste. If somebody's pushing you to go in a hurry, this is going to end if you don't do this right now, it's probably a scam. Unless you're just somebody who's always late and it's your fault. But if somebody's offering you that thing, it's too good to be true, but it's got to happen right now, that's a big sign. That's a scam. Somebody's taking advantage of you and trying to get you to do something before you've really reflected on it or talked with someone else about it. And the last thing has to do with during a transaction, whether you're putting in earnest money or whether you're buying the home or whether you're receiving the funds, is there needs to be time for the funds to clear the banks. There's a number of ways that scammers are using the large transactions with large number of things of so-called, oh, I've got a certified check, so that means it's good. The funds still have to clear the bank. That's how it proves that they're good, is that the money's moved, and there's even a time frame on that. So anything that compresses the time frame, there's even a scam where somebody writes an earnest money check and then the deal cancels and they want it right back. They've set it up to be able to do that, to kill the deal and get their money back easily. Well, that's being written back out as a new check because the first one was deposited. Well, that check actually may not be valid. And so that's a scam that takes place that affects people as well. I'm sorry we live in a world like this. Life here in these markets should be great, but we need to be sure that we take care of ourselves. That makes for a more practical experience. Hey, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Do your due diligence, do your homework, and you can avoid these types of problems. So I hope this information's been helpful. Be sure and visit Beach Homes Realty online at beach-homes.com, where you can see thousands of properties for sale at beaches across the country, as well as beach expert agents who are also not only experts at the beach, they're versed and familiar of how to get transactions safely conducted. I hope this video is helpful. Have a great day. For more information, be sure to check out beach-homes.com.